Hello, friends, welcome. Today we are going to learn chapter number 8 from General Science Class 8. I am Mr. Gosavi KS, and this is part 1 of the chapter number 8 pollution. So, now let's start. So, here on the page number 54, the three images are given there. You can see the industry in the first image. So the water body is flowing near the industry, and we can see the wastewater from the industry is being released, and we can see also some chimneys of the industry which are letting the smoke in the air, means smoke is being exhausted in the air. So here we can infer that the smoke contains hazardous gases like the nitrogen dioxide, sulfur dioxide, carbon dioxide, and carbon monoxide, which are harmful to us. Now, see the second picture. A car is running on a road and it is emitting a lot of smoke there. So, the smoke of this car, it also contains the hazardous gases like carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide, and in third picture a thermal power plant can be seen there. Thermal power plant also releases the many hazardous gases in the air. So here in all of these pictures, means three of these pictures contains the various types of pollutions like water pollution and air pollution. Now two questions are asked you. The first is why these problems in environment may have been arised, and second is what should be done to overcome these problems. So after observing these pictures, we can say that these problems in the environment are arise due to human interference, which is discussed in the first chapter. I am going to read the first chapter. Here, many problems have been arised on the earth due to human interference. This paragraph is discussed about these problems. So now many problems have been arisen on the earth due to human interference in the nature. And what in what way the human interference is described here. So let us see some examples of the human interference are given here, like industrialization, increasing population, mining, transportation, indiscriminate use of pesticides and fertilizers are causing pollution on the earth. It is affecting human beings. You know that industrialization means the industries or factories which produce many things which are like utilities of our daily use, increasing population. As the population increase, the needs of the population also increase, and it helps to increase the industrialization. In the mining industry, various useful things are dig out from the earth. It also causes pollution. Transportation, the transportation means to let the things from one place to another place, and it contains the transportation of the human and transportation of the goods also. In the transportation, various types of vehicles are used, and all these vehicles emits the smoke. That smoke contains hazardous gases or the pollutants, and indiscriminate use of pesticides and fertilizers. This is the matter of agriculture. In the agriculture industry or in the agriculture field, for the getting more and more product, farmers use pesticides and fertilizers, but they are not in the limited quantity. Here, the indiscriminate word describes the use of pesticides and fertilizers, which is more than enough. And these all things means the list is given here from industrialization to the fertilizers. All these things are causing pollution on the earth, and it is affecting human being. Then let us see what is pollution. Here pollution is defined as contamination of natural environment that can be harmful to ecosystem is called pollution. This is the definition of pollution. I repeat, contamination of natural environment that will be harmful to ecosystem is called as pollution. So, natural environment is contaminated due to various factors. We have discussed it before, like the contaminated water, the gases which can cause the pollution, oxides of sulfur, carbon, nitrogen, etc., and they mix with the environment, and they may be prove harmful to our ecosystem, and this entire process is called as pollution. So now two questions are asked in can you tell. The first is, where do you see the pollution around you? You can answer this question by observing your surrounding. And the second question is, how does the pollution occur? You can also answer this question by the observation of your surrounding around you, and also the discussion that we have made earlier. So let us see our next subtopic, pollutant. So factors affecting natural functions of ecosystem and causing harmful effect on abiotic and biotic factors are called as pollutants. Let us see again. Pollutants, factors affecting natural functions of ecosystem and causing harmful effect on abiotic and biotic factors are called as pollutants. This is the definition of pollutants. So, we have discussed about the factors which affect the natural functions of the ecosystem. The factors are of the two types. Here are two types of the factors given here: abiotic factors and biotic factors. Abiotic factors are the factors which are not natural, and biotic factors means the factors which are made from the nature or which are made from the plants, animals, insects, etc., or the microorganisms, etc., that we have learnt in the 7th standard. Factors are the parts of the ecosystem, biotic factors and abiotic factors. You can remember that. So, all these factors which affect or which are causing harmful effect on the ecosystem are called pollutants. Pollutants make the environment poisonous and unhealthy. This is the opposite word of the healthy, unhealthy, and poisonous. You know the meaning of poisonous. Why pollutants are harmful? Because they make environment poisonous and unhealthy. Then pollutants may be of two types, natural and man-made. Natural pollutants are destroyed in due course of time by nature's rule. So let us see how they are destroyed. First, think about the pollutants which are natural, just like algae. Many times we see excess proportion of algae in water bodies. These algae are grown naturally in the water bodies. When they get the enough sunlight, they grow in the tremendous quantity, and then these algae can be eaten by the various living things in the water bodies. And also, when the water disappears due to the extreme heat or the evaporation, the residues of the algae can be decomposed by the microbes in the soil. Also, let us discuss about the let us discuss about the garbage, wet garbage, the leaves of the plants, then the fruits, many other factors which are natural, which fall on the ground, they are decomposed or they are decomposed by the microorganisms in the soil, and the humus is made by it, which proves the excellent manure for the growth of plant. Therefore, they are useful to us. However, man-made pollutants are not. Means what is described here? The natural pollutants are destroyed in due course of time by nature's rule. But man-made pollutants are not destroyed in due course of nature. Means man-made pollutants survive as far as they can survive. Means we need to destroy them or we need to convert them in any other things. Then the question is also asked you in think about it. If natural materials are pollutants, why do not pursue their adverse effect during their use? Here the question is asked, if a natural material are pollutant, why do not pursue their adverse effect? Means if we call them pollutant, We know that the pollutants make the adverse effect, and some natural things are also pollutants, but we do not perceive their adverse effect. Why? You can find out the answer in the paragraph that we have seen earlier. What is given there? The natural pollutants are destroyed in the due course of time. Therefore, we do not perceive their harmful effect. Then, a simple activity is given to us that you yourself survey your residential area and identify the pollutants, and try to identify the pollutants at each location which is polluted. This is very simple activity that you can do in your surrounding.